What's up, guys? It's XtremeV1per 15 here, and I'm going to review Monday Night Raw from last night, February 16th, 2015. This is the go-home show to WWE Fast Lane, one of WWE's newest pay-per-views, replacing the Elimination Chamber. The reason why they got rid of the Elimination Chamber is because it takes a lot of hard work for them to put up that chamber. It takes a long time to put up that chamber. So I guess they had enough of it, so they came up with a new idea with a pay-per-view called Fastlane. It's the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. So, but does that mean they're still going to have the Elimination Chamber matches in WWE games? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, those are like really fun matches to play, but if they got rid of them, I'm sure people will be pissed. Anyways, let's get on to this review. So we kicked off the show with John Cena and Rusev. John Cena, he made a good point. Rusev is unstoppable. This guy, ever since he made his debut in the WWE, he's been unstoppable. He's been United States Champion for I don't know how many months now. I think since November. I'm not really sure. But he's been champion for a good amount of time. About 3 or 4 months. He beat Sheamus for the title. And now Sheamus is coming back soon, which I'm pretty excited for, because I'm a big fan of Sheamus. So Rusev, John Cena said that Rusev, he is undefeated, but John Cena made a good point. What he said was, every man can be beaten. Anybody can be beaten. Doesn't matter how long your undefeated streak goes. It's just going to be beaten one day. And John Cena vows, he promises he will put an end to Rusev this Sunday at WWE Fast Lane. And he promises he will win the United States Championship back from Rusev to bring back to the USA. Because it does not make any sense that a Russian who doesn't even care about the United States of America is our United States Champion. It makes no sense at all. He would have to make his own title called the Russian Federation Champion or something. But I hope to God John Cena puts an end to Rusev Sunday, because he got his butt whooped last week, with the eye injury he had. But this week he was looking strong. He had a more aggressive side of John Cena, more ruthless aggression side of John Cena. He was beating the living hell out of Rusev. He drove his face twice into that, whatever that's called. Just say the steel wall, whatever it's called. Kind of what happened last week when Cena's face was drove into that. He delivered the favor back to Rusev. Did it twice. Not once, but twice to Rusev. I think about the second time Rusev hit that steel wall, he got knocked out. And Cena closed on Rusev with a vicious clothesline. Then he beat him down with not 1, not 5, 10 punches to the face. And to me, those punches look real. Because Cena was just pounding right on Rusev. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know the rest. And everybody was cheering for Cena here, because we've been wanting to see a more aggressive side of John Cena for nearly, a long time now. I don't know. A few years now? I don't know. But we finally got that aggressive side of Cena, and I guaranteed he will become our new United States Champion Sunday at Fastlane. Let's hope to God he does, because that was amazing. So we get into our first match. But before we get into our first match, they take us to something that happened backstage earlier before the show started. It was Dean Ambrose. He had a suit on, and he was talking about he was going to be a special news anchor for NBC News for later that night. I got confused there for a second. And then Ambrose was making up this thing of his own, saying, he got his own contract for him and Bad News Barry for the Intercontinental Championship Sunday at Fastlane, and Barrett doesn't sign it, Ambrose is going to force Bad News Barrett to sign it. So, yes, the match was made official later tonight. I will tell you why in just a few minutes. But anyways, Dean Ambrose said he deserves an Intercontinental Championship match because not only did he beat Bad News Barrett in a non-title match, he also beat a former Intercontinental Champion in Curtis Axel, and he also beat Luke Harper tonight, which was an incredible start to Monday Night Raw. That was a good match. Ambrose took the whole match. He was in control pretty much the entire match. But overall, it was a good match. Ambrose ends up beating Luke Harper. I think that was for the first time he ever beat Luke Harper. I remember the last time they fought, Luke Harper was Intercontinental Champion. This was back in December when Daniel Bryan was in charge of Raw. When he was still recovering from his injury. But the last time Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose fought, Luke Harper won. Or he got disqualified or something. I don't remember what it was. But this time Dean Ambrose gets a clean win over Luke Harper. Good match. So now you really see the reason why Dean Ambrose deserves an Intercontinental Championship match with Bad News Barrett Sunday at Fastlane. Because he beat Bad News Barrett in a non-title match. He beat former Intercontinental Champion Curtis Axel. And he just beat former Intercontinental Champion Luke Harper. 3 guys who are former Intercontinental Champions. Bad News Barrett is the current Intercontinental Champion. So things could change someday because later that night, later on Raw, the Miz's stunt double, which is not really a stunt double anymore. His personal assistant, Damien Mizdow, took on Bad News Barrett in a non-title match. And they had to, before this match took place, Bad News Barrett and The Miz were actually having a conversation backstage saying that I'll take care of your business and you take care of mine. And Bad News Barrett made a deal with Miz. So Miz is going to he's going to try to watch out for Dean Ambrose. And Bad News Barrett is going to take care of Mizdow. And Bad News Barrett did not do a good job. Because even though he won the match against Mizdow, because Mizdow easily got distracted from Miz, making all these complaints and these excuses in the match saying, oh, I got these dirt on my sunglasses. Can you wipe them off for me? Dude, do it on your own. I see what you're doing here. You're trying to get the guy distracted so the other guy can win the match. I see that, but you don't have to say it out loud. That's so stupid. And then another thing, he also said, "Oh, I have a little thing on my shoe. Can you polish it off with that whatever it's called, the rag?" And Mizdow was just looking like, "Man, I'm not gonna do that for you." But he knew that if he wasn't gonna do it, he was gonna be fired. So whatever. So then the second time when he was called, Miz called him to bring in to come out and trying to get that stuff off his glasses. He had nothing on there. Just wanted to use a distraction. Mizdow got distracted, and Barrett ends up hitting Mizdow with a bull hammer, and Bad News Barrett wins the match. But after that match, Dean Ambrose comes out of nowhere with the contract, and he beats up Bad News Barrett for a few moments, and then he throws him to the turnbuckle. Bad News is stuck in the turnbuckle because Ambrose got a little rope thing or whatever it's called. I don't know what. It wasn't like, it wasn't handcuffs or anything, but he had like a little white rope or something. I don't know what it was, but he tied Bad News Barrett up in the ring post. So B&B was stuck in the corner, couldn't do anything about it. All he was doing was just complaining and trying to get someone to help him lose free. But that ended in no prevail. And what Dean Ambrose does here is he's been begging for Bad News to sign the damn contract. And Bad News keeps refusing. So Ambrose has had enough of it. And so he grabbed a pen from Booker T. Booker T lent him a pen from the announcer's table. And Dean Ambrose, he makes Bad News Barrett sign it while his hands are tied up, which is pretty funny. So Bad News does send the contract, which is JBL says, "Oh, that's illegal." JBL makes all these complaints. Whatever. So now it's official. Dean Ambrose versus Bad News Barrett Sunday at Fastlane for the Intercontinental Championship. 1, I see a new IC champion coming in Dean Ambrose. And 2, I see a new United States champion coming in John Cena. That would be awesome to see both of those guys with title belts. And I don't even remember the last time John Cena held the U.S. Championship. I think it was like maybe 10 years ago or something like that. It was a long time ago. I think it was when maybe, I'm not sure if it was after WrestleMania 20 when he beat the Big Show for the title and he held on to it for that long, and then after he lost it he just didn't win it back or whatever. But anyways, I think it's been 10 years since John Cena has been U.S. champion, but I really like to see him win the belt and take it, just put an end to Rusev, because I had enough of the guy. The guy does crack me up, though, because he makes all these stupid faces when he's in a match. He's like, when he goes for that kick, he's like, ugh. He does all these stupid stuff in the ring, but the guy cracks me up. But same, I still hate him, because he's undefeated. He's been undefeated ever since his debut in the WWE. But something's got to give. It's got to stop. So I think John Cena is going to put an end to Rusev. Let's see what else happened. Oh yeah, Paige versus Paige versus Summer Rae, I believe. Yeah, Paige versus Summer Rae, and apparently the Bella Twins took Paige's clothes in the back while she was trying to change into her wrestling gear, and the Bellas actually went into her locker room, stole her ring gear, and now Paige was just in the towel, and all of a sudden she was looking all worried and stuff, because how is she going to prepare for her match? How is she even going to wrestle in the match? She can't wrestle with just only a towel on. So, she sees the rosebuds, and she grabs a random rosebud, takes her clothes, and apparently Paige is fighting with a tutu on. She's fighting with like a princess. She's fighting in the ring dressed up like a princess. Can you believe that? And she looked good doing it, because she was acting like, she had wrestling gear on, but even though she didn't, she still won the match, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. So yeah, she looked good winning in that match, even though she didn't have a wrestling gear on. So no matter, and she made up a good point, no matter what you do, you can't, I can still beat you. She said to Nikki Bella, I can still beat you even if I'm not wearing my wrestling gear. She said something like that. But, yeah. So Paige and Nikki Bella Sunday. Going for Paige. If not, maybe Nikki Bella. I don't know. We'll see in my predictions video on Saturday or Sunday, whichever one. I'm trying to think what else happened. Oh, yeah, we had 2 matches. 2 main event matches. Roman Reigns versus Kane, and Daniel Bryan versus The Big Show. So Roman Reigns versus Kane. Thank God it wasn't Roman Reigns versus The Big Show and then Daniel Bryan versus Kane. It was matches we'd seen, a numerous amount of times. So they changed it up a bit. So they did the opposite way. Now, Kane and Big Show have been having these problems since the Royal Rumble, where they just can't seem to get on the same page. These guys never get on the same page. It doesn't matter how bad of a bad guys they are. Like, they're heels. They're trying to get along with each other. Hell, they're members of the Authority. They have to get along with each other, else the Authority's gonna make a complaint or something. Triple H takes care of business, saying you two both got to get on the same page. You got to focus on your match tonight with Daniel Bryan, and you got to focus on your match tonight with Roman Reigns. Talking about Big Show and Kane. So Roman Reigns versus Kane is first, and Daniel Bryan is on commentary. He's watching this match. He's talking on commentary with Michael Cole, JBL, and Booker T. Daniel Bryan does all these distractions he always distracted Roman in this match with the yes chant, distracting Roman Reigns, which causes Kane to take over in this match. Because this feud with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns is really heating up here. Because at the end of the night on Raw, things just got out of control. I will tell you what happened. So, what happened was Roman Reigns ends up beating Kane with a spear on the outside of the ring. He spears Kane outside of the ring, and Kane's counting out. Roman Reigns is your winner. Even though Daniel Bryan tried to distract him, it didn't work. I don't know if he was distracting Roman Reigns or just trying to have fun with the crowd or whatever, but Roman Reigns still won. Now we get to Daniel Bryan versus Big Show. This was the main event, and Daniel Bryan, he realized that Roman Reigns came out for his match. So Roman Reigns is on Reed's side, and Reigns does kind of the same thing that Bryan does. He distracts Bryan, or at least trying to have fun with the crowd, signing autographs, taking pictures, taking selfies with the crowd. It's pretty cool. I wish I was there so I could get a picture of Roman Reigns or selfie, whatever, or autograph, whatever. But so he did all that, and he got Bryan distracted. Bryan looked a little angry right there. It got him distracted. Big Show took over, and then give me 1 second here. Then after that happened, it seemed like Daniel Bryan was going to put away Big Show because he had the match won, but Roman Reigns was speared on the outside by the Big Show. Big Show speared Roman Reigns on the outside, and that caused Roman Reigns to disqualify Daniel Bryan because after he was speared by Big Show, he came into the ring. After he got up, Superman punched Big Show. That caused a disqualification. So now things are really heating up between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. So now we get at the end of the show. I'm still going to talk about the rest of the show. I just want to get to the end of the show real quick. So it looked like Daniel Bryan and Reigns were going to, shake hands and stuff, but no. They shook hands, but it didn't work out. We thought it was going to be it was going to be alright for them. But it wasn't because they were... they both tried to distract each other in their match with Kane and Big Show. But none of it worked. Well, I mean, it did kind of work, but, because the other guys took over the match. But whatever. Daniel Bryan lost his match thanks to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns won his match by a countout. But overall, after all that happened, there was a huge fight at the end of the show. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns couldn't take it anymore. They just had... You knew something was going to give. You knew something was going to happen between these two guys. They just couldn't take it anymore. They had to just get everything out of their system. And boy, did they ever. They fought around the whole arena. They went to the crowd. They went back in the ring. They fought on the outside. They went over the announcer's table. They fought everywhere at the end of the show. And it was awesome to see because two of my favorite guys, Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, finally couldn't take it anymore. They just had to get everything out of their system, and they did. So they got everything out of their system, and the huge fight broke out. Daniel Bryan suicide diving on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns taking out Bryan. It was intense. There was referees trying to break it up, and they didn't even do anything. They did, separate them, but of course, when you separate two superstars who want to beat each other up, it never works because they always fight. They always find a way to fight each other. Doesn't matter if you're held down by the referees or security, whatever. It's not going to work. Sorry about that. So finally, the officials and some other people in the back, they finally separated both from Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, and now I think Roman Reigns took a huge shot from Bryan because he was bleeding on his lips. He had a big gash of blood all over his lips. So I don't know if he busted a tooth or his lip was bleeding or something, but he took a shot from Bryan. It was an intense brawl. It was awesome to watch at the end of the show. Overall, I thought this episode of Raw was amazing. Probably the best Raw of 2015 so far. In my book, it was incredible to watch. Okay, you watched John Cena beat Rusev up for revenge from last week when Rusev beat John Cena. Cena took the fight to Rusev at the beginning of the show. Then you got Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns is heating up with this intense brawl at the end of the show. After their matches with after their matches with Kane and Big Show, they just couldn't take it anymore. Took everything out, and they went out on each other. So that's pretty much it. So now we definitely know these guys are gonna do whatever it takes to win this match Sunday at Fastlane. Whoever wins this match will go on to WrestleMania, face the Beast Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of WrestleMania. That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for Fastlane Sunday. You know, even though the Elimination Chamber is no longer available, it doesn't exist anymore, I am really liking the matches for Sunday. You know, we got Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus the Usos for the Tag Team Championship. We got Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan with the winner facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Then we also got John Cena and Rusev for the United States Championship. Bad News Barrett and Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. Just matches like that is incredible. Paige and Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship. That's about 1, 2, 3, 4. Paige, Nikki Bella. 1. Dean Ambrose, Bad News Barrett. 2. John Cena, Rusev. 3. Roman Reigns. That's about 4 or 5 matches already. Hell, there could be more matches announced on SmackDown. Who knows? But it's gonna be intense. And how about the pre-show? Miss TV with special guest Paul Heyman coming up. He's gonna make his predictions about the Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns match for later that night. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to hear what Paul Heyman has to say about this. So I'm gonna be watching the pre-show, and of course I will be watching WWE Fast Lane on the network for free. Yes, if you didn't know, the WWE Network is free for the rest of the month. For the rest of the month in February. That's it. It would be really cool if they actually put WrestleMania for free. That would be awesome. But I don't think they're going to do that. Other than that, I don't know what else happened. Oh yeah, it looked like we got a reunion of the Primetime Players. Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. Darren Young and some other guy, I don't even know who this guy was, some random guy, they took on the Ascension. And of course the Ascension won, or got DQ'd or something. I think they got DQ'd, I don't remember for sure. I wasn't actually paying attention to this match, but I heard that Titus O'Neil came out and he saved Darren Young, he pretty much saved Darren Young, took out the Ascension, and it looks like we're getting this Primetime Players reunion. Even though these guys broke up back in 2013, 14? I think it was 14. Last year? Or the year before? I don't remember. All I'm saying is that I feel a Primetime Players reunion, PTP reunion. That's going to be awesome. So that means Titus O'Neil is going to be a babyface again, and Darren Young's already a babyface. So that's awesome. So I'm really, really excited for Fastlane Sunday, because anything can happen. I say this every time a pay-per-view goes on. Anything can happen. So, who knows what's going to happen Sunday? I really don't know. Oh yeah, one more thing. Triple H and Sting. These guys will have a face-to-face confrontation. Do you think Sting was going to really show up at Fastlane? I really think he is. But right now he's playing mind games with Triple H. He's been playing mind games with Triple H for weeks now. Triple H called him out. Sting plays mind games with him, accepts the challenge. And now it's official that Sting and Triple H will face to face. They will meet face to face at Fastlane. So I think it's gonna break out into a brawl, or it's just gonna be like a heated conversation between the two, and then they can brawl. What I really think is gonna happen is that they're gonna start talking to each other. Sting might actually talk, and then what I think is gonna happen after that is that they're gonna start hitting each other with a few shots, and then probably people are gonna break it up. I don't know. So we heard what Triple H had to say. Ric Flair actually came out. Yeah, he came out. Ric Flair came out. He made a surprise entrance on Raw. He came out and he was addressing Triple H, saying, you shouldn't take Sting lightly. That's all I got to say. And then for some reason, Triple H took his anger out on Ric Flair, shoved Flair down, because I think it really takes Triple H off that Ric Flair told him, you know, the last time I saw you in this ring, with Sting, the last time I saw you in this ring with Sting, you got dropped on your butt. That's exactly what Flair said. I mean the other way, but whatever. Similar to what Ric Flair said. And Triple H had enough of it. Even though these guys who were the members of Revolution, this was really not the authority version of Triple H. It was really the game Triple H talking to Ric Flair here. And then that's when things got out of control. Triple H went a little too far, shoved Flair down, and saying, you know, I'm going to put an end to Sting or whatever. So, yeah. That's going to be really good. Anything else? Goldust and Stardust. These guys have been having problems as well. Unlike Triple H and Sting, these guys have been having problems for about 3 weeks now. We know at some point it's going to be Cody Rhodes. My bad. We know at some point it's going to be Goldust versus Stardust at WrestleMania 31 because we all know it's Cody Rhodes and Stardust. We all know that, but Stardust. We all know that Stardust has had enough. We knew at some point Stardust was just gonna not take it anymore. He couldn't take it anymore. He just had to do something about this. These guys are brothers. They're brothers. They've been family, and they've been a tag team before. Not in like the old days, but not in like WWF. But you get what I mean. They were in the rivalry with the Shield. That was an amazing rivalry, by the way. And then Dusty Rhodes. Have you guys seen Dusty Rhodes? He lost a lot of weight, and he shaved his head. So he looks really good now. He lost about 50 pounds, 100 pounds. I don't know, but Dusty Rhodes is looking good now. But yeah, so apparently Stardust and Goldust had a match with Los Matadores on Raw. I think this is the second match that happened on Raw, and they faced Los Matadores. And then, as it looked like they were gonna put away Los Matadores, of course things didn't turn out as planned. As it looked like Goldust or Stardust, whichever guy was gonna end up winning the match, things kind of didn't go as well as Dusty planned it to be. And they guys, Stardust couldn't take it anymore after they lost the match. Stardust couldn't take it anymore. He held Goldust up. He turned his back on Goldust. Like, he literally turned his back on Goldust. Not, like, actually in both ways. He did turn his back on Goldust. And the other way, he did turn his back on Goldust. Both ways exactly happened. So he turned his back on Goldust, hit Goldust with a crossroads, and then Dusty Rhodes was not pleased. And then after we came back on Raw, there was a heated conversation between Stardust and his father, Dusty Rhodes, in the back. And Stardust was really saying that Cody Rhodes is dead, Stardust is alive, or Stardust is real. And he said, in my world, my father's dead. It's exactly what he said to Dusty Rhodes. I mean, the guy's been disrespectful already enough. Like, something's got to give, with these guys. So now I really see this feud heating up with Goldust and Stardust at WrestleMania. So what I think is going to happen now is going to be Goldust and Stardust at WrestleMania with their father Dusty Rhodes at ringside. Everybody's been asking, when is Stardust going to go back to Cody Rhodes? Maybe after WrestleMania. I don't know. Right now, Stardust is saying that Cody Rhodes is dead. He's not even going to worry about Cody Rhodes right now. But, hey, who knows what's going to happen. Anyways, guys, am I missing one more thing? Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. Another good match. it looked like Ziggler was going to win the match here with the zigzag after J&J Security got thrown out. And Ziggler got disqualified. Oh, no, not Ziggler. Seth Rollins got disqualified because J&J and Security interfered. And then out came Ziggler's friends Ryback and Rowan. And that was pretty much it. They just got in a brawl with J&J Security and Seth Rollins, and that was it. So that's pretty much it for the entire episode of Raw. Overall, what an incredible show it was. I enjoyed every last minute of it. It was incredible, to say the least. I actually think it was a 5-star show tonight. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to say it again. John Cena Rusev, that was awesome. John Cena beating the living hell out of Rusev, that was awesome. Dean Ambrose tying up Bad News Barrett to get him to sign the contract for the match at Fastlane. That's official. That was awesome. Roman Reigns and Kane and Daniel Bryan and Big Show. Those were actually good matches. You know, matches where we get like stuff like that. We actually think it's gonna be pretty boring and a waste of time. But that was actually some good matches. They were actually some good matches. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I'm just stating what happened. I'm just stating, in my opinion, what's right. And what's right is that we saw a 5-star show tonight. So, I was so happy for this episode of Raw, I feel like watching it again. And that's exactly what I did. I watched it earlier as well. So, it was awesome. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Raw. I know I did, for sure. It's a 5-star show for me. Probably the best Raw of 2015 by far, so far. But I thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave your comments below. Subscribe for more. And I will see you guys later.